Hello everyone! Greetings from Munich, Germany. My name is Svetlana Mucha and I am the founder and the leading matchmaker at Diolli.com. Let's talk about age and dating. I have heard it so many times that, you know what, Svetlana, I'm just 40 and I'm ready to settle down. Now I'm at this stage of my life that I can offer a lot to a special woman and I want to get married, to have kids. Or for example, when a man tells that, oh, I'm already 40 and my kid is finally leaving home, going to college, so now I want to enjoy life and I want to meet someone with whom we will enjoy life together. Do things that I couldn't have done prior. And of course, there are people who are in their 40s and they look good for their age, they are active, they have lots of ambitions, and there are people in their 30s who have severe health issues for different reasons, sometimes due to poor life choices, other times, well, just genetics. So age, it has an influence on our life and on our dating life as well. Of course, age can't tell us what to do, what to wear, whom to love, but of course the whole concept that, for example, you're 40 and by your own standards you look good for your age, you're healthy and active, doesn't necessarily mean that you're entitled to date a teenager or to date someone in their early 20s. Yes, physically you could be on approximately the same level, you think so, because you can jog together the same amount of miles, you can ride a bicycle, you can even be in a better physical shape than someone in their 20s, but it doesn't mean that you will be on the same page in your life, because there will be 2 decades between of you, 2 decades of practical experience. Of course, there can be situations when, let's say, a 40-year-old man dreams to date a much younger woman with model looks, someone in her early 20s, because he wants to brush his ego. He wants to prove to the world that he's capable of attracting and keeping such a woman. He wants to have a healthy, very young body next to him, and she wants a Birkin. And this relationship can work till they fulfill the needs and the desires of each other. But the problems in paradise will appear once a gentleman, for example, won't be able to fulfill the growing needs and demands of his much younger date. Or for example, once a gentleman demands that she loves him not for the things he can buy her and give her, but for his soul, or for example, his skills in golf, and here they will part their ways. Not so long ago, I was interviewing several ladies for our clients, and all these ladies were in their late 30s, and they have totally different dreams, aspirations, needs. They are looking for totally different men. They lead totally different lifestyle. They are all in their late 30s. For example, one lady, she is 37 years old, divorced with 2 kids, 6 and 4 years old, and she works as an accountant and she hates her job. Like, for 15 minutes straight, she was complaining about her job. She was complaining about all the new regulations that, in her opinion, make very little sense. She was complaining how expensive everything is, how expensive and demanding kids are, how complicated it is to bring up 2 children. And then she has surprised me that she wanted to date a man who doesn't have children and who doesn't want to have children, because she already has 2, and she told me that, oh, you would never know, like, having 2 kids, it's so complicated, I don't even have time for gym. So she was complaining, and when she told me that this man has to be in his 30s, like 41 top, if he is very good looking, and of course he has to earn good money because, well, life is expensive, kids are expensive, and she hopes that a man she meets will make her life easier and not more complicated. And of course I didn't take this lady into our database simply because I don't have any clients at the moment, and I don't think I will get any male clients who would be willing to date a woman with 2 children, who would be willing not to have more children and who don't have children. Because, well, it doesn't make much sense if a person doesn't want to have kids to date someone who has younger children. Well, it doesn't make much sense. And even if this lady has decided to hire us to pay for the search, we also wouldn't have taken her, because chances to meet a man like she has described, they're like very, very slim, and I'm not a magician. And I have interviewed another lady. She has just turned 38 years old. She didn't have children. She was briefly married in her early 20s for about a year or a year and a half, and they have splitted their ways in amicable way. And now she worked for a big international company. She has managed to build a career. This lady, she is really well traveled. She currently lives in Amsterdam, and by her contract she will be staying there for 2 more years. Before that, she lived in Prague because her company, they had an office there. And she likes changing places. She likes learning more about new cultures. She likes learning new languages. She is fluent in English and she learns French. This lady is into yoga, Pilates and skiing, and traveling is very important to her. So she wants to meet someone who leads a similar lifestyle and who has similar interests. She wants to meet someone in his late 30s, early to middle 40s, late 40s if he is very active and really good looking, and he has to be tall because the lady is tall herself. She would prefer someone who doesn't have children. She's okay if he has been married before, but she would prefer someone without kids. She wants to have kids with the right partner. By the way, her ex-boyfriend was 2 years younger and they have been together for a year and a half, but then he got his dream promotion and he has relocated to Dubai, where she got her contract with Amsterdam and moved to Amsterdam, so they have split ways. Or another lady, she is 37 years old, divorced with a 12-year-old daughter. She works for a big Austrian company. She speaks fluent German and she takes English classes at B2 niveau level, and she is well traveled. Like, she has spent her last vacation in Spain. She and her daughter, they have planned the whole route. They have rented a small cute cabrio and they have visited some really beautiful places, some tiny villages. And this woman, she wants to meet someone marriage-minded because she said that her ex, they have been together for almost 2 years, and he told her later on that he was not ready to actually get married and to have more children because his previous divorce was messy. So for this lady, it is crucially important that her new partner actually wants to get married and wants to have children, because for her it is a priority to have more kids, to get married, and to have a real family life. This lady, she wants to meet someone reliable, someone kind, someone down to earth. She doesn't care if he has been married before. She doesn't care if he has kids. If he wants to have more kids, she is okay with it. And she wants to meet someone in his 40s, maybe up till early 50s if he is healthy and active. And another 37 years old, also divorced, but with a 14-year-old son. When I have asked her if she wanted to have more kids, she looked at me and said that, you know what, I'm like 37 and I believe kids should have younger parents, because I don't understand it when people in their 50s or 60s take kids to school or visit their graduations when, for example, parents are in their 70s and a kid graduates college. So she said she didn't want to have more children, but she was okay to meet a man who has been married and has kids from previous relationship if they are not too young. So someone whose kids are ready to move out and go to college, she was okay with that, because she wanted to start enjoying life. In a few years, her son will leave to college, and she believed this were the time she could actually start dating, start building a relationship, travel, go to art exhibitions, go to museums and theaters, and not to kids shows but to adult shows. This lady, she is fluent in English, she is a university professor, she actually teaches in English, and she wants to meet someone late 30s, early to middle 40s preferably, late 40s if he is really good looking, active, intelligent and kind. Among her hobbies she has mentioned cooking, watching Turkish dramas. She said that that's her guilty pleasure. Also she loves reading, so she reads a lot, and she likes embroidering. So I have described to you 4 really different ladies from the same age group, but they have totally different life experiences and they want really different things in life, and they are looking for different types of men. Some of them want to have more children, others don't want to have children. Some of them are kind of on the fence. Well, if she meets the right man, she can think about having kids. They have totally different professions, different list of hobbies, and well, they are all very attractive women. Sometimes when we discuss in the office a potential match for our client, myself or our psychologist Alessia, we can tell something like, oh, she's a woman and this client needs a girl, and we are not talking about a sexual experience of this particular lady. What we mean is that this woman is way too mature for him. Yes, she matches the age group he's looking for. For example, she is 34, but her lifestyle, her aspirations, her goals, her dreams, her way of life is a way of life of a very adult person. And our client, for example, here, even though he is like a few years older, or he is like 40 years old, so 6 years older, he acts more like a young man, a young person. So their hobbies and interests are very different, their long-term goals are very different, their aspirations are very different, and values are very different. And sometimes Alessia or Katerina, our team of Cupids, ask me, and how about this girl? And I tell, for example, that, oh, she is such a girl, and this girl is 40 years old, so of course she is not a girl. But I mean that she is 40 and she is very useful, she looks good, she is very active, she has all these active, extravagant hobbies, she travels. And for example, our client, he is more down to earth, settled, so he leads a more adult type of life, and their lifestyles, they won't match, won't complement each other. 2 to 45 years olds can have totally different backgrounds and lifestyles. For example, one can have 2 kids and a mortgage, while the other person is changing the country of living again because, for example, he or she is signed with another company and he or she is relocating. So we all have different scenarios. And sometimes when people claim that, oh, I won't date someone in her late 30s or in her early 40s because she won't have the right energy to match mine, well, that's not very smart, because it is not so. And I talked to this man, and I understand that he won't be able to keep up with some ladies in their late 30s or, for example, early 40s. Or, for example, a person can lead a very inactive, I would call it, lifestyle, even though a person is in his or her late 20s or early 30s. Our life choices, our values, our priorities, our backgrounds, professions, interests, and, well, our family and circle of friends, all this will have a drastic influence on our way of life. The fact that she has been married before, she has a child, yes, it will also have a huge influence on her, but it doesn't make her like less active or less curious about life and love. So we all are different, and even though our age doesn't define us, we can't neglect it. So if you look good for your age, if in your 40s you look so much better than you did in your 30s, because, well, good genetics, better life choices, healthier food, it doesn't mean that you can have a relationship and you will benefit from a relationship with someone in your 20s or in your late teens. I want to wish you only smart life and love choices. Svetlana Muchar, with love from Munich, Germany. Don't forget to press like, to subscribe to this channel, and of course you can always support us by becoming a sponsor. You can press the special button below this video. I will see you in the next one.